Hi there folks, it's me again with another enthralling video. There are two purposes to this video. The first one is that it is now 2 years and 1 day since I uploaded my first fruit machine video, and in that time I've managed to gather 21 subscribers, and in the last 24 hours just over the 1,000th view. So I'd like to thank everybody who has viewed any of my videos. I'd like to thank all of my subscribers for choosing to do so, and I'd like to thank everyone who's made any sort of comment on these videos as well. Thank you very much indeed. It is very much appreciated. The point of this video is for me to waffle on about gain on four-reeled machines. About a year or so ago I used my super lineup program to illustrate the difficulties of gain on three-reel machines. It's much easier on four-reeled ones, or it was for me. So I'm just going to do a little bit of waffling about how I taught the computer to nudge itself with four reels. So let us start by having a four-reeled machine. There it is, four reels. Right, so the first thing is in teaching the computer to nudge, we always nudge the outer reels first. So reel 4 is the first reel to be nudged, then reel 1, and on this one reel 3 goes next and reel 2 last. So you can see that we have 9 nudges, and you can probably see the bottom of an apple there and there, and the top of an apple there and there. So they're all 2 nudges away from the win line. So having 9 nudges is enough to bring all 4 in. So if I just bring up the old sound, we can watch the order of reel nudging. There's reel 4, then 1, then 3, and finally 2. Okay, so that's the order in which the reels will move. So if we have a look at this next one, we've got 6 nudges. The way the computer works out how to nudge is it starts with 4 triple bars, just in case you have unlimited nudges, and works out how many nudges it needs in order to bring them to the win line. And then it compares that with the number of nudges that it actually has. So in this case it requires dozens of nudges to get the triple bars. That's more than the 6 that it's got, so it moves on to the next win, which is the double bars, and then the single bars, and so on and so forth. Finally, well, not finally in this case, but it will eventually get to 4 pairs, and we can see one lurking there on the first reel, there on the fourth, and we can see 2 there on the second and third. And so at first glance they would require 5 nudges, which is 2 there and 1 there. But the point of this gain business is that as soon as a win appears on the win line, all nudging stops. And on 4-reel machines there are no 2-of-a-kind wins like there are on the 3-reelers. However, any cherry on the win line on any reel is a 20p win. So in attempting to nudge either of these pairs onto the win line, we would encounter a cherry first. So when the computer looks to see how many nudges away on the first reel a pair is, it does not see this pair at all because of the cherry, and it thinks it needs to nudge reel 1 up 12 nudges in order to find the nearest pair. That is also the case on reel 4, so it thinks it needs 24 nudges to get the pairs onto reels 1 and 4, and of course one more there makes 25, and 25 is of course bigger than 6, so it concludes that it can't get 4 pairs and moves down to the next best win, which is 4 apples. We can see for ourselves that we can't get 4 apples for 6 nudges. The next best win is 4 oranges for £3.20, and again we can see that we can't get that. The next best win is £2 for either 3 bells or 4 lemons, and of course we can get the lemons. There are lemons 1 nudge away on reels 1, 2 and 4, and you can see the top third of a lemon there, meaning that we need 5 nudges to get the lemons. So although the pears are doable for 6 nudges, we would nudge through cherries to get those. So the auto nudge will actually bring in the lemons rather than the pears, and I shall just prove that. In fact, I'll prove it by trying to nudge in a cherry myself, and the machine will of course stop me and tell me that it can do better. So if I start by nudging reel 4 down to get to the pear, it will not allow me to go beyond the cherry. And here are the lemons. Okay, so this example shows why we nudge the outer reels in first. We have 3 oranges. You can see 2 oranges on the wind line on the middle reels, and there's an orange just here and another one just there. So in principle we have 3 nudges, which is enough to get both of those oranges onto the wind line. However, if we nudge this orange first, we will have 3 oranges, and of course as soon as you have a win, all nudging stops, so we can't nudge the other orange. And of course if we do nudge this one first, then we will have the same problem there. So with 3 nudges we cannot get the all 4 oranges onto the wind line at the same time. So let's just prove that. Okay, so let's try that again, but this time give ourselves 6 nudges. So this time we do have enough nudges to get those oranges onto the wind line, but we have a couple spare. One of those we can use to nudge one of these oranges out of the way to allow us to put the 2 outer oranges onto the wind line, and we can use another of the spare nudges to move the orange back when we finished. So this time we should be able to get the 4 oranges. I've programmed this in these situations always to nudge the 3rd reel up 1 symbol. So we will start nudging reel 4. When the orange gets there, the program will then nudge that one out of the way to allow this one to come onto the wind line, then this one, and then finally it will put that orange back. Now, just for completeness, we have a similar situation here for 6 nudges, 2 apples on the middle reels, and there's an apple here and an apple here. This time we do have enough nudges to get 4 apples, because we need 4 to get those onto the wind line, and we have a couple of spare nudges to move the apple out of the way and back again. But on this occasion, if we do nudge this apple out of the way by putting it up 1 symbol, we will have a cherry on the wind line, which of course is a 20p win. So the machine realizes this and does the reel 3 nudging in reverse order. So in other words, it will nudge the 3rd reel down rather than up, and then at the end, when the other 2 apples have safely got onto the wind line, this apple will be there and it will just nudge the 3rd reel back up to give us the 4. And here's the proof. Okay, 9 nudges this time. This time we have enough nudges to nudge 4 grapes in. Reel 4 already has a grape on it, so that doesn't need nudging. So reel 1 goes next, and the grape is down here somewhere. So before we get the grape onto the wind line, there's a pair here coming up which will match with these 2 pairs. So once that pair gets to here, the machine will nudge that pair out of the way in such a way as to bring the grape closer to the wind line. Having dispensed with that pair, it can then happily go back to nudging the first reel. And you'll be delighted to know that this is the last example of the programming that has gone into avoiding any sort of lesser win appearing on a win line. This time we have 6 nudges, and the best win is for 3 melons. We've already got a melon there. You can just see the bottom of a melon there, and the other one is down here somewhere. So this time we don't need to nudge reel 4 because it doesn't come into it. Reel 1 already has a melon, so we start by nudging reel 3. But before we get to the melon, there is a lemon coming first, and that would match with the other 2 lemons that are currently on reels 2 and 4. So this time when the lemon gets to this point, the machine needs to nudge reel 2 down to get rid of the matching lemon rather, to allow the lemon on the 3rd reel to pass safely through. So here we go. And since this is the last go, we'll have a gamble and we'll go big, shall we? And we lost, of course. So there we go. Some time ago I did say that I would upload a video on the perils of teaching the computer to auto nudge, especially when it's got gain. Those of you who've watched any of my previous videos will know that it's caused me no end of trouble to implement it, and you can probably understand that, especially if you've watched that previous video. It was a lot easier on this one, but I just thought I'd upload a video to explain some of the difficulties that went into it. And if anyone knows how they dealt with this in the 80s, I would be delighted to know. So thank you again to everybody who's watched, subscribed or commented. A big thank you to Chris of Chris217 channel as always for his assistance and advice, and a thank you to Rob Tovey for his assistance with this machine and the videos that he's put up. I do appreciate everything that everyone has done, and I wish you all a very Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Bye.